Hi, welcome to Patrick and Friends Music. My name is Sebastian, I am a saxophone player, and today we're going to talk about our final thirds exercise. So, as a reminder, the first two exercises were going up was the first one, ba da 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 da. The second one was coming down, ba da 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 da. Now we're playing these thirds exercise using a major scale. So all the notes of a major scale, and we did it using B flat major. So now let me introduce the third and final thirds exercise, which is a combination of the first two. We're going to combine the up motion of the first exercise with the down motion of the second exercise. So it'll sound like this. And so on. Now I'm going to break this down for you, and we're going to group these in four. So we're going to use four notes. The first two are going up, and then the second two are going down. So it's essentially going to sound like this. We're going to take a break, and then we're going to group the next four notes. Take a little break, and then the next four. Now, reminder, once we play, this is going up, right? We're playing this exercise going up the scale. We have to keep the exact same shape coming down the scale, which is one up, one down. Ba da 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 da. So let's review a little bit, and then we're gonna play it all. To review, thirds. A third, a fourth, a fifth, a sixth. Those are words that we use to describe intervals. An interval is the distance between two notes. Now, in a major scale, we have 8 notes. The first one and the last one are the same, except that they're an octave apart. Means that one is lower than the other one, and the last one is always going to be higher than the first one. Everything else lies in between. So we have from the first note to the second note is what we call a second. From the first note to the third note is what we call a third. From the first to the fourth is what we call a fourth. Yeah, right? So we start to figure this stuff out. Now, it doesn't have to be just from the first note of the scale. It can also be from the second note of the scale. So for example, if we start on the second note of the scale, let's choose B flat major. In concert pitch, and if you play tenor saxophone, it'll be our C major. If you play alto saxophone, it'll be your G major. Let's do it in the key of tenor really quick. Our second note is D. From D to F. Now D is the second note and F is the fourth note. But we're skipping over E. So from D to F, it's still technically a third because we skipped a note. From C to E is a third. From D to F, it's also a third. From E to G is also a third, right? So now in the key of alto, it'll be from G to B is a third. From A to C is also a third because we're skipping over B. Now in concert pitch, it'll be from B flat to D is a third. From C, the second note of the scale, to E flat is also a third because we've skipped over D, right? So that's a little refresher to remind you what intervals are and how we use them to build some exercises. Just how we have thirds exercises, we also have fifths, and we have fourths, and even sixths. All right, let's break down our final thirds exercise with 4 notes at a time. Here we go. We're gonna do this in the key of B flat major, concert. So that means for altos, it's your G major. For tenor, it's your C major. I'm going to start with low C. Altos, you can start with low G. And if you play guitar, piano, you can start out with the B flat right below middle C. Here we go. So right there, I just played the first note, the third note, the fourth note, down to the second note. Ba da da da. Let's try it again. Here we go. That's the first group. Now let's do the second group. I'm going to start on the third note up to the fifth, up to the sixth, down to the fourth. One more time. Now, can we group these two together from the very beginning? Starting on B flat concert, altos, your G, tenors, your C. Here we go. Let's keep going. Now we've reached the top of the scale of our octave, of our range. Now let's talk about how we play this down. Remember, I said that we're going to play this going up, right? One pair of note is going to go up, ba-da-dee-da, and then down. We have to keep the exact same shape coming down the scale. So how we're going to do this is we're going to play from the top of the scale, C, E, F, D. We're going to go down to B, B, D, E, C. So we have to go down, find our next note, a pitch down, go up a third, and then go up one whole step, then down a third, right? Because that's exactly what we're doing on the way up. Ba-da-dee-da, ba-da-dee-da, da-da-dee-da, da-da-dee-da. It's the same shape, going up, coming down. So one more time, from the top of the scale. And that is how we play our third and final thirds exercise. Let's do it again. We're going to play the first note, going up a third, ba-da. We're going to play the next two notes, which is going to be our fourth and second note, ba-da-dee-da. That's our first group. Our next group, ba-da-dee-da. Right? And then our next group. Our next group of four. Keep going. We're going to repeat those four notes we just played. And that is how we play our third and final thirds exercise.